Hi guys, it's MJ and I really want to make this video about a book that I recently finished, and it is called Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. And I absolutely love this. I think when I first initially saw the book, it was on a shelf, of course, at Target, and I opened it up to, of course, the first page. I was automatically hooked. And this is a quote from Notting Hill, and it says, "I'm just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her." And that's, of course, iconic. Once I read that, yep, I'm getting this. No, that's it. That was it for me. I did finish it in about 2 days, only because I was working and I have other chores to do around the house. But if I didn't have to do anything else, I most likely would have finished it in a day. I wish I took my time finishing this book, only because I need more and I want more, and the only other option I thought of was, has Lynn Painter written anything else? And so the next day I went to Target again and I found another book by her. It is a different story with different characters, still dynamic, still like my heart screams, my heart soars. It is funny, it is witty, it is everything you can hope for to fall in love. I do think this because this is my first one by Lynn Painter that I've read and finished. I just know that I'm going to find a Wes in my life. Honestly, if you love movies, if you love music, if you just want to fall in love, hopefully this is not like too sappy. I love cheese, and any cheesy, this is kind of cheesy, but it's like great cheese. It's like the best cheese. If you don't like cheese, you'll love it after reading this. At the beginning of each chapter, there are quotes from different rom-com movies. There's even, by the end of it, it has some really good songs on there. They have Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Selena Gomez, Jay-Z, Mac Miller, Bazzi, Beast Boys, and Frank Ocean. Come on. So I honestly recommend this book. Ah, man, I just cried. I cried at the ending, of course. There's a part where I had to put the book down. I wish, like, I just need people who's read this book so that we could talk about it together. But if you have, then let's have a chat in the comments or just DM me on Instagram, because I need people who have read this so we could talk about it. I did cry at the ending because, honestly, I do feel like maybe I'm just waiting on my own Wes. But dating and relationships, that's a topic. And, I think it's just a really cool story of just different tropes. Of course, you have the boy lives next door, you have fake dating turns into, actually, do I really like this person instead, and making like someone else jealous. And so ultimately the main character, Liz Bowman, doesn't know what she wants, but she wants, it's a vibe. Ultimately, the story is about a girl named Liz Bowman, and she has a neighbor called Wes Bennett. And they have come together to make a third party jealous, which is Michael, Liz's number one true love of her childhood, of her whole life. And to get him jealous, they've decided to team up. Liz and Wes have been fighting over this prime parking spot close to their house, and Liz gives up this parking spot in order for Wes to help her. And this is a duo that we did not know we needed. So thank you, Miss Painter. And it was so cool. So I posted about this on my Instagram story, and I tagged Lynn on. Can I call Lynn? I tagged Lynn Painter on my Instagram story, and she posted it on her Instagram story, which I thought was so cool. And she messaged me saying thank you, and I was like, no thank you. I definitely have felt like my life has gotten better. Have I said that already? Doesn't matter, it has. And I think that's like one of the books is like what makes it work is that it acknowledges that it has like these like love tropes. It has these book tropes, it has story tropes, plot tropes. I'm not sure if I'm using the diction right, the terminology. Is this becoming a book YouTuber? No, I'm so sorry. But catch me at Barnes & Nobles and Target at the book section. And so I think it works so well because it's aware that it's has all these like different components that other like rom-coms typically have. And I think it's just so cool because with the soundtrack, Liz Bowman, she just matches music to what's happening in a scene, to what's happening to her, or yeah, just around her. And I think it works so well with like feeling connected with it, with Liz. Like, and of course, like with reading, it's just, I guess, very easy to put yourself in the main character role, which is why I loved it so much. And there were moments where I had to put the book down. The part where, like, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give anything away. Let me see if I could try to find it. Let's look at this together. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. I would say if you have your own copy, page 288, where Liz just goes a little bit crazy and she says things to Wes where I'm like, no. And I understand. And another component with this book is that Liz's mother has passed away, and that has its own dynamic, that has its own emotional tetherness and tether to the way that Liz is responding. She's just going through it. She's going through a lot. So there's grace. We just pray over. We just understand. We know why. We know why she's responding to this. And I think the part where I just got so frustrated, I was like, no. Wes gets super real with Liz. And he's so sweet. Wes is so sweet. He's so nice. Oh, I think 291. Turn your page there. Where she says, yeah, it's like towards like 2/3 of the way down. Where she says, yes, I do know. You're not. You're the opposite of everything I want. You're the same person you were when you ruined my... And then that's where I don't want to, keep reading, because you need to read it. We'll just see. And then, but you know what? It gets good. It gets better. We learn things with Liz. We patch up our heart a little bit. And of course, like, the family she has is so stellar. Like, they all love her so much, and you can really tell towards the end where, I mean, of course, like, throughout the whole thing, they just love her. She's so loved. Yeah, and I just, just thinking about the expectations that we put on, maybe what we think we want versus what we actually need. And I think it's very easy to, of course, on the topic of dating relationships, just in my own life, of course, as a single Christian woman, is what does it look like to date? What does it look like to allow a man to pursue? What does it look like for me stepping out? And honestly, I think that's probably going to be a whole nother video that I probably will at some point record, because that also means a lot to me. The bar has been set very high. Okay, so a part of me is kidding, because I know it's a fiction book. I know it's fiction. I know it's make-believe, and life is a lot tougher, okay? Life is very different as opposed to fiction, but I think we prefer fiction because there is a happy ending and things turn out like we want it to. Of course, there are books where, tragedy sets in and things happen to the main characters that we wish would have never happened. But I think that's the reason for fiction, is that we're given different lives to live. We're given different perspectives and feelings and emotions that we wouldn't have otherwise known. And I think that's what connects a lot of us as people, as story writers, as language bearers, is that we are able to express and connect and allow words to do that for us, to us. So if there are specific pages, I'm so down to have a conversation about them in the comment section, because I just need to talk about it because I loved it so much. I will, and I honestly would like, it takes, I think, a lot for me to want to reread books. Like, I could think of probably 2 different books on top of my head that I would want to reread. This is one of them. And I know that both of these books are young adult fiction, and I just love them. I love just the way that they're written, the stories, the characters. I don't know if I mentioned I finished this already. This took me 2 days too. And again, I think I probably could have finished it in 1. But again, I have previous commitments. Very different character dynamics, very different relationships, very different characters, of course, their characteristics, who they are, and of course, like, I consider myself a writer, and so knowing that characters kind of like take over when we write, and that is the case for these books. Even though there are similarities, of course, in the writing, maybe in the voice of the characters, but they're still their own person, they're still their own people, which I love so much about it. So I could see this being a Netflix movie, Netflix series. Wouldn't mind either. Can I be an extra? Please, I would love to meet Wes. I already have like a casting of celebrities in my head that I think would be great. Zadie as Liz, who's in Stranger Things and who starred in, I think, Taylor Swift's All Too Well music video, which I think she'd be really great in. And then for us, who would play Wes? Who would play Michael? I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm not sure. Michael, maybe Austin Butler? Thoughts? I mean, that I was just throwing out there. But I'd be really interested in what you guys think would be really good casting for these roles. If you haven't already, I'm going to put a link to order this down below. It's just really, really good. I was giddy. I could not stop thinking about the book when I put it down, when I had to do my errands. It was just a lot of fun to read. And I could not stop thinking about it. So as much as I've said that I loved it, and I'm sure you could look up other people who've said that they loved it, you can read about people saying that they loved it, you will love this book. And put your expectations high, because it should be, and you will not be disappointed. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing amazing. And I don't have my special guest today. If you've watched my last video, you will know my special guest is. Maybe I should sign off with him always. But again, I hope you have a great day. I hope you are doing well. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye!